Hey everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. That time of year where we look back at all the reviews I produced last year and narrow it down to my top 10 products I reviewed in 2020. If you enjoy my videos, consider using my affiliate links for your online shopping and supporting me via patreon.com/roguewatson. Shoutouts to my platinum patrons, Joe, Will, Tiny Dancer, Manuel, Basil, Christopher, Dave, Star Loverly, and Gaston. And gold patrons, RPG Papercrafts, Charming Grenade, Pretty Boy and Yuma, Marcos Did Vicente, Gilberto, Adam, Dead Lizard Lion, Sam, Ross, Lumpy Spuds, Jerome, Fatboy619, Scalenia, Nick, and Farty McButterpants. Thank you all very much for your support. Now, do you all have a guess for how many DM's Guild reviews I released in 2020? It was far more than last year, and last year I reviewed just over 50 products. I'll give you a second to pause, think of a number. The answer is over 80. I reviewed over 80 DM's Guild and drive-through RPG products, not even including the Roll20 stuff, in 2020, which means there's plenty of stuff that I loved but didn't make this list because I only picked 10. And, of course, I certainly didn't review everything that released in 2020. And due to my backlog of reviews and submissions, many of my reviewed products probably released the year before, which is why this is specifically a list of my favorite DM's Guild products that I reviewed in 2020. Let's get to the list, starting with number 10, Dragon Relics, designed by JVC Perry and reviewed in August. Dragon Relics is a full level 1 through 12 campaign that combines several of Perry's previously published adventures into an overarching narrative to collect artifacts to defeat an ancient blue dragon. It feels a bit like Storm King's Thunder, but blissfully avoids the Sword Coast, taking place in and around the Anauroch Desert, from a murder mystery at an auction house to a hex crawl in a hidden jungle beneath the desert. My review verdict: with an incredible amount of styles, themes, and gameplay mechanics, Dragon Relics successfully combines several of the designer's previously released adventures into one of the best DM's Guild releases of 2020. I was right, it made my top 10. Number 9 on the list is Through the Veil, Tales of the Feywild, designed by Elise Cretel et al. And reviewed in September. Tales of the Feywild is an anthology of 10 mini-adventures based around fairies, the Feywild, and classic fairy tale stories from level 1 all the way up to 20. It's an impressive package with gorgeous art and full-color maps from some of the best D&D cartographers around. My review verdict: from cursed songs to poison trees, summer courts and winter courts, and even a full level 20 mega dungeon, Through the Veil Tales of the Feywild features an excellent assortment of mini-adventures that draw from the intriguing realm of the Fey. Number 8 on the list is Archetypes of Eberron, designed by Will Brawley, Imogen Gingell, and Laura Herzbrunner, and reviewed in July. Archetypes of Eberron features dozens of new subclasses for all 13 classes inspired by the world and history of Eberron, such as the Oath of Kel Knight Paladin or a Cataclysm Mage. My review verdict: even if you're not adventuring in Eberron, Archetypes of Eberron is an impressive collection of over 30 thematically interesting and mechanically rewarding subclasses. Number 7 on my list is The Case of Whitebriar Manor, designed by Magic Missile Games and reviewed in December. This is my dark horse pick, a product that doesn't look great but features one of my favorite adventures of the year. Whitebriar Manor includes an entire level 1 through 10 campaign that begins with a murder mystery as you uncover a deliciously evil villain, all within the confines of a single city. My review verdict: underneath its mediocre layout lies an intricately designed, well-written murder mystery and conspiracy thriller that spans a full level 1 to 10 campaign. Number 6 on my list is Elminster's Candlekeep Companion, designed by Anthony Joyce, Justice Armand et al., and reviewed in November. Elminster's is a beautifully crafted guidebook to one of the most famous locations in Dungeons & Dragons and Forgotten Realms, including new subclasses, adventure ideas, and a superior replacement for the Candlekeep segment of Descent into Avernus. My review verdict: with new character, subclasses, adventure hooks, and detailed lore, Elminster's Candlekeep Companion is the definitive DM and player guide, one of the most iconic locations in the Forgotten Realms. Number 5 on my list is Bard College of Percussion, designed by Chad M. Lynch and reviewed in March. The designer's music background is on full display with this impressive character class supplement for bards, including subclasses, multiple percussion instruments, and a dungeon crawl. My review verdict: with multiple subclasses, backgrounds, magic items, NPCs, and even a mini dungeon all working in concert with the theme, the Bard College of Percussion should be the player class supplement by which all others are judged. Number 4 on my list is the Complete Armorer's Handbook, designed by Heavy Arms and reviewed in June. Of all the products on this list, this handbook is the closest thing to a must-have for every DM. The Armorer's Handbook adds an equipment upgrading system, optional rules for durability, and being able to slot your weapons with magical runestones. My review verdict: with well-developed rules for weapon and armor upgrades, a runic system for enchanting equipment, and a gorgeous professional layout, the Complete Armorer's Handbook is one of the most impressive and useful supplements on the DM's Guild. Number 3 on my top 10 list is the Eberronicon, a pocket guide to the world, designed by Laura Herzbrunner and reviewed in May. This is the book that made me fall in love with Eberron and purchase a whole bunch of Eberron-related material this last year. As a pocket guide, it excels at providing lore, history, and factions and story hooks in an easy-to-read format. My review verdict: Eberronicon, a pocket guide to the world's lovely layout, easy reading, and a wealth of information make it the must-have supplement for Eberron players and dungeon masters. Number 2 on my list is Ulraunt's Guide to the Plains Acheron, designed by Mark Altfoldish et al. And reviewed in September. I may never need any of the high-level information on the Plane of Acheron, but that doesn't mean I'm not floored by how well-designed this 300-page sourcebook is, including an intriguing story of an ill-fated adventuring party. My review verdict: Ulraunt's Guide to the Plains Acheron is an astonishingly comprehensive guide with hundreds of pages of well-organized lore, detailed locations, and powerful threats to craft the ultimate high-level campaign. And number 1 on my top 10 2020 DM's Guild review list is Death by Goblins, designed by Gordon McAlpin and reviewed in October. I love a good dungeon crawl, and Death by Goblins has one of the most interesting, well-designed, and legitimately funny dungeon crawls I've ever reviewed on the DM's Guild. My review verdict: with a massive, incredibly detailed dungeon design, expanded goblin stat blocks, full-color art, tokens, and maps, and a villain you love to hate, Death by Goblins is easily one of my favorite adventures of the year. Turns out it actually is my favorite adventure of the year. Honorable mentions go to Baldur's Gate: The Fall of Elturel, The Princess Project, Greenhouse of Nightmares, Enchanted Ammunition, and Mordenkainen's Tome of Marvelous Magic. If you enjoy my videos, consider using my affiliate links for your DM's Guild shopping and supporting me via patreon.com/RogueWatson. If you'd like me to review your product, you can reach out to me via email, Twitter, or fill out my form at RogueWatson.com. You can also chat with me in a community of awesome tabletop RPG folks in our Discord server. I hope everyone has a much improved 2021, and I'll be here providing even more DM's Guild reviews. Thank you.